This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Stacy Jensen. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. News is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Thanks so much for joining us here on News 25 on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Stacy Jensen. It's Wednesday, June 8th.
Well, one person was reportedly injured as a result of a two-vehicle crash this afternoon on the highway. Two vehicles collided this afternoon on Basin Avenue and Highway 160. The female driver of the blue pickup truck was taken via Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue Ambulance to Desert View Hospital with injuries. No one in the SUV claimed injuries at the time of the crash. The vehicles involved sustained moderate damage. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue arrived on scene with Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies, auxiliary units, and Nevada Highway Patrol to the T-bone type collision. Traffic was diverted around the scene during the patient care, investigation, and cleanup. Nevada Highway Patrol is conducting the accident investigation. Well, News 25 has learned that a second person from that crash was taken by personal vehicle to Desert View Hospital shortly after the crash.
And a dirt bike rider was taken via Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue to a Mercy Air Base here in Pahrump following a crash just off of Red Rock Drive. Mercy Air added to the assignment to transport the patient. Traffic was temporarily shut down at Chipmunk.
And we have learned that Judge Lisa Shambly has retired from the Justice Court here in Pahrump. She gave us a statement. She said that she was concerning her departure from the bench, that her decision to resign as Justice of the Peace was due to personal and safety concerns, and it was a very difficult one. She says she wholeheartedly enjoyed serving this community as the judge, and it was not a decision that she made lightly. She is grateful for the kind words and appreciation that many of the public has expressed to her, and she would like the citizens of Pahrump to know that it has been an honor to serve as your attorney and judge for the last decade. She learned to be a kinder, more compassionate person as a result of the work that she did here in Nye County, and she wants to thank everyone for allowing her to serve you and wishes everyone the very best.
And a local square dancing group wrapped up their session with a graduation of some of their members. News 25 joined in the fun with the Desert Squares.
Promenade.
Well, this is the Desert Squares Square Dancing Club and the beginning class, and they just graduated with a portion of the first part, which is called mainstream. And when they can finish learning all of the mainstream, they can dance just about anywhere.
Square dancing has been around. It was something, it gained a lot of prominence when Henry Ford used to use it at his factories to get all the, to get the people to get to know each other.
Okay, so the children and adult classes are together, so we don't separate ourselves. We're all together. We are probably starting another beginning class in October. I'm not quite sure. We're still part of the Pahrump Arts Council. There's no fee to join, except for we ask that everyone join the Pahrump Arts Council, which I believe is $10 a person.
I don't know.
No. And,
they don't make me join. I live in Vegas.
And then each person, when they come to a class, they each pay $5, and that's what we pool to pay the caller.
There is a website called Square Dance Las Vegas. It has all the information about all the clubs in Vegas, where you can get classes in there and here, and it also has the Pahrump Club too.
Yeah, there you go. He knows all the answers.
As well as, I think, Kingman and
Bullhead City.
Bullhead City.
And a couple others.
Yeah.
That is so much fun, huh?
It looks like lots of fun. We're going to be back with more News 25 right after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by Sunset Valley Pools. For quality service and supplies, call 775-513-4114.
Welcome to News 25. Well, a new U.S. citizen who calls Pahrump his home has been working with veterans in our town, and he was honored recently at the VFW post following his naturalization ceremony.
My family here at the VFW welcomed me with a big surprise, cheers, love from everybody around. I mean, it was such a, I cannot ask for anything better, to be honest. Well, so today was my swearing ceremony. After the interview process of neutralization. Basically, it's a process where they double check all your paperwork, make sure that you understand the American Constitution, understand the American society itself, government, the social structure itself. They want to make sure that you're easily assimilated within the society itself. After you pass, of course, that test, you'll be recommended to become a citizen, and at that point, you swear an oath. And this is what the ceremony today was, is to swear an oath, an allegiance to the United States. They have, in Las Vegas, they have a group of 60. We were the last group, so I can tell you they might have had a group every hour since 9 o'clock. It was such a beautiful moment. You're talking about different people from different backgrounds, different languages, religions, belief systems, all came under one roof to swear an allegiance to the American Constitution. That's what they're here for. They're here for the American dream and their pursuit of that happiness. This dream started 12 years ago. I decided to move back to the United States after I left in 96. The process of becoming a legal citizen, it was just a complicated process. It took 2 years in the making before I got approved to come to the United States. My mom and stepdad already lived here for quite a while. Since I've been here, it was, assimilating myself to American society, understanding the culture. As any immigrant can tell you, we are all here to pursue the American dream. So my first experience in the United States was in a small town called Norwalk, Ohio. Being from overseas, I was never used to the farmland, corn country, as the people like to say it. But people there never treated me like I was not one of them. I'm talking about from tailgate parties to, croqueting in the middle of the snow. That camaraderie that small towns had is something that that was my first experience. So when I leave to Cleveland, being in a heavy metropolitan city, you don't have the camaraderie no more. And the moment we were moving from there to Vegas, visiting my dad's friend here in Pahrump, I felt that feeling I had when I first came to the United States in 2010, and that is small town feel, everybody cares and loves for each other, everybody's watching each other's back, and I decided I want to be part of that again.
We are so proud of Maddox. Maddox is, he came here and he fit right in, right? And we knew that he was going along and trying to get his citizenship. We really had no idea how proud we would be of somebody who came in here and just worked his butt off to be part of the American dream. Becoming an American citizen is rare in most people's lives. So when you have somebody so amazing and such a good person that completes that process, the pride overwhelms you and makes you so happy that it is what it is. We couldn't be more proud of that gentleman.
And as more monkeypox cases are reported worldwide, people here in the U.S. may be wondering what exactly the disease is and if they're at risk.
Monkeypox is a relatively unusual infection, but occasionally can be a life-threatening infection that is a zoonosis. That means it is derived from animals and is usually found in kind of West and Central Africa.
Dr. Stephen Gordon is an infectious disease specialist with Cleveland Clinic. He says the primary mode of transmission with the latest outbreak of monkeypox appears to be happening through sexual contact. Symptoms often include fever, chills, muscle aches, followed by a rash, which can spread to other parts of the body and turn into lesions. There is no treatment for monkeypox at this time. However, antiviral drugs can be helpful, as well as the smallpox vaccine. Dr. Gordon says most people usually recover on their own. He notes while cases have been reported worldwide, Americans don't need to panic about this becoming a similar issue to COVID.
That highest risk is probably, obviously, at this point, those people who had close contact, whether sexual or others, with these cases. The general population in America at this point, I would say, is a relatively lower risk or low risk. There can be some risk for person-to-person transmission, but it's not transmitted like COVID. It's usually close contact, so I think that's less.
And Dr. Gordon says if you are concerned you may have been in contact with someone who has monkeypox, you should talk to your doctor right away.
And the Bureau of Land Management is seeking public comment on environmental analysis for leasing 7,232 acres of public lands within the Amargosa Valley Solar Energy Zone for solar energy development. The parcel of land is approximately 45 miles northwest of Pahrump and 11 miles south of Beatty on the U.S. Highway 95. The comment period will end on June 17th. Advancing the environmental reviews for leasing within the Amargosa Valley Solar Energy Zone supports President Biden's goal of creating a carbon pollution-free power sector by 2035 and to permit at least 25 gigawatts of solar, wind, and geothermal production on public lands by that same year. The Pahrump Field Office has received interest in solar energy development in the Amargosa Valley Solar Energy Zone, spurred by the proposed GreenLink West Power Transmission Line. If leased or issued, it would contain terms, conditions, and stipulations to protect endangered species and cultural resources and ensure development is safe and environmentally responsible. Written comments can be submitted by email to blm_nv_snd energyprojects.gov. And if you missed any of that, we have posted it on our local Pahrump Facebook page.
And Nevada residents and visitors are invited to discover Nevada state parks. This is on Saturday, June 11th. Park visitors will receive free one-day use admission and free fishing at all Nevada state parks. This statewide event encourages Nevadans to discover the many exciting and affordable recreation opportunities right here in our backyard. Discover Nevada State Parks Day. It's also an opportunity for visitors to take the Passport Challenge. You can add a stamp to your passport booklet, or if you don't have one yet, you can pick one up visiting any state park. Once visitors have their passports stamped at 15 different parks, they earn a free annual day use pass to all the Nevada state parks. Just go to parks.nv.gov. We'll be back with more News 25 right after this.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, a local firefighter is campaigning for Las Vegas City Council in Ward 2. Here is Alan Bigelow.
You know, I looked at Las Vegas, I saw the problems that we're having. It was constantly the same thing over and over again, and I was getting frustrated. So when I really sat down to look at it and I prayed about it, and it just came down to some simple points. I want to make sure Las Vegas is taking care of our children, our grandchildren, our veterans, our seniors, and our first responders. I want to bring Las Vegas back to being a successful, way better success than it ever was before the pandemic, because it really crippled the city. I'm the only candidate in my race that has signed a no tax pledge. And I'm not going to raise taxes. There's better ways to bring taxes in on the existing programs. If we continue to develop our infill projects where we bring businesses into empty storefronts, we allow other businesses to grow. We encourage businesses like yours, you know, Channel 25, to come into the valley and start helping out and developing more. Then we don't have to raise taxes.
What will you be doing in that ward to help the community?
Well, the ward is going through an expansion right now, and it's expanding out into the Far Hills 215 area. We have another approximately 200,000 residents that are expected to move into that area, and we need to make sure that things are going progressively correct. We need to make sure we have the infill, of course, we mentioned. We need to make sure we have the infrastructure, which is more than just police and fire. It talks about, you know, we have the water, we have the police, of course, and the fire department, the public services that are necessary, the power, and of course, you know, responsible growth. You know, we just can't throw 200,000 people into the desert and not expect to have some problems. And so we have to manage that appropriately. And that's where you have staff that works with planning commission, and you have staff that works with the utility companies and things like that. And then you're able to bring it in a way that makes sense, because that's the biggest trick right there, is making it make sense. You know, if an area is designed for 200,000 people and you're going to throw 300,000 people in there, you just overtaxed every resource you had. I want to work with, of course, the first responders, because it's a good spot for me. I have a lot of experience in there. I want to work with the planning commission, because I do have a background in construction as a side business, and the real estate development. I've been working with that for the past couple of years during COVID as a notary for title companies. So I've been out seeing the programs that are working, and so I feel very comfortable working in that. Budget-wise, I'm pretty good in that area too, because in the military, I managed a multi-million-dollar budget, so adding another zero to a budget is really not that big of a deal. Well, I'm a native to Las Vegas. I'm a veteran. I'm a firefighter. I've been tested by fire. I've been tested in the courts. I have stood up and seen the progress from Las Vegas from 1963, when it was 60,000 people here.
And Darby's off this week, so that now we have a special guest showing us some beautiful cats at Desert Haven Animal Society.
Today's Save a Pet segment is made possible by Realty Executives in Action. Put the team at Realty Executives in action for you.
Hello, I'm Marissa, and today I'm at Desert Haven Animal Society with Coco and Cafe. They're a pair of two black cats. They are relatively young. They have goldish yellow eyes. They're super, super sweet and cuddly. We'd prefer that they get adopted together because they are a bonded pair. If you'd like more information on them, you can call 775-751-7020, or you can check our Facebook page out at Desert Haven Animal Society, or you could even stop on by. We're located on Seary Lane behind the courthouse. And then also, we have an adoption event this weekend. It's going to be located at Legal High on Frontage Road.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, we've got a little bit of clouds in the sky, but not a bunch.
No, but those temperatures are sure climbing with that heat warning. John's going to have us a full weather update in just a moment.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. Nice to see you on a Wednesday, and what a weather map we have to share with you tonight. Look at this Fernley and Fallon up in the lower 90s. It's sneaking right up. It could be triple digits this weekend. Could be record-setting heat up north. Carson City, our cool spot at 86 degrees. That's pretty dang hot for a cool spot. Tonopah's got 90, 92 out in Goldfield. Beatty, triple digits at 100, 105 in Amargosa. Las Vegas, the hot spot in the state, at 108 degrees, and close behind Death Valley at 115. Of course, that's out in California. But here in the Paradise of Pahrump, 101 degrees. That is our current temperature. Wow. 102 just a little bit earlier. Southwesterly winds kicking to the tune of 13 miles per hour at us all day long. Sun rose this morning at 5:26, and it's setting this evening straight up 8 bells. Ding, 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 ding. That's 8. Low tonight, 76 degrees. As the winds continue about 11 miles per hour out of the southeast. As we head on into the week, sunshine and a bunch of wind coming at us on Saturday and Sunday. But other than that, winds generally about 11, 12 miles per hour throughout the week. We get a little break, 6, 7 degrees Monday, Tuesday, and the weather temperatures only rising into the mid-90s. But the rest of it's looking like triple digits throughout, and a big wind event on Sunday. So the Bat and the Hatch is looking like you're going to have some wind on Sunday, and then it all just disappears and back to normal triple-digit summertime weather. Loving it. Back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
You know, we want to add a little bit about that pet adoption event at Legal High, which is happening both Saturday and Sunday from 10:30 to 2:30. They're going to have snow cones out there, even for doggies and doggy flavors. I know, they're going to have all sorts of things, even free hot dogs. So come on by. They are once again at 141 South Frontage Road. What do you got?
I got a GBC open enrollment tomorrow. That's happening from 4:30 to 7 p.m. That's at 551 East Calvada Boulevard. So again, head on out there, or you can go to their website at www.gbcnv.edu.
And that's for Great Basin College if you'd like to sign up. They're having all the college classes for fall.
Yep.
All right, well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Stacy Jensen.
Good night.
Good night.